Wow, Daniel, man, you just smell so nice. Yeah, you're welcome. Is that something new? You're wearing some cologne. You gonna hang out with Jenny tonight? Oh, from your grandma. I see. Yeah, your grandma she knows exactly what to get you for Christmas. You've been smelling pretty nasty, I've noticed. Man, it's just so good to have you right next to me, by my side all the time. Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting right here next to you, but I pressed record earlier. Yeah. Yeah, let's rock and roll, buddy. Hello, I'm Philip Osterday, and with me is Daniel Cardiff. And today, it's February 26th, things you don't want to miss. Today's episode is going to be about all the things that I think are pertinent and important, which means the same thing, pertinent to you and important for you to know, and things you want to make sure you don't want to miss. Yeah, like in life and work and all areas of things. Not necessarily media related, but everything. Yeah, Daniel, you're right. Young whippersnappers are just always not paying attention to the world. I don't think it works very well if you're a whippersnapper, as you said. So number 10, I think we should just get right into it. There are no honorable mentions. These are the most important things you don't want to miss, at least today, I guess. It could definitely change tomorrow. Actually, now that I'm reading these, they're very specific for just today, I guess. There's a few maybe not so much, but you could do it today if you tried real hard. So number 10, Daniel says he doesn't understand. Yeah, like Daniel said, I called him up in the middle of the night and talked to him about it, but, Oh, Daniel, you can't say that on the podcast. We got to cut that out, man. Jeez, wow. We're in a church building right now. Wow. I know. Wow. Oh, that gave me a good giggle. That was good. So, speaking of intense curse words, number 10 is D&D podcasts. D&D standing for Dungeons and Dragons. And you may be wondering why I mentioned that had to do anything with curse words. It doesn't really. It's just sometimes people cuss on those podcasts. Yeah, almost any topic would work with that segue, I suppose. But specifically Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Daniel, gosh, why do you keep interrupting me, man? It's I would love a segue for Christmas, but let's stay on topic, okay? Yeah, all right. So Dungeons and Dragons podcast. There's one that I listen to, but they're about maybe 4,000. It's a very popular podcast. Podcast into that sentence. Daniel asked which one do I listen to? What a silly question. I listen to the one that everyone listens to, and it's called The Adventure Zone. Daniel, why? Jeez. Why do you keep burping, man? Jeez. I did say The Adventure Zone. The Adventure Zone. By a few funny brothers named the McElroys. And normally we don't like to tell people about other podcasts, but they're an exception. Also, here's an honorable mention that I didn't think to do. You can stop saying what, Daniel? Gosh. It is a podcast called Iron and Anchor, and this is not a joke. This is for real. I was on it a couple weeks ago, but it should be coming up next week, the episode that I'm on. But they'll be on the interwebs on your favorite podcasting platform, whichever you choose, and YouTube. Daniel, don't Don't flatter me. I know that the the podcast is going to be great because I'm on there, but that's true. Yeah, we try to keep convincing our one patron, Corey, that it would be a really good idea to do YouTube, but he says that's just terrible marketing. It's a bad idea. Yeah, nobody really knows why he thinks that. Anyway, so Iron and Anchor is a great podcast about stories, people's stories, and how we fit into God's story. And it's a cool little thing. I did a little story about it myself. Anyway, so that's honorable mention and number 10. Shall I continue, Daniel? Okay, I'll continue. Thanks for that encouragement. Number 9 is public television for children. That means many things, Daniel. It means things like Bob Ross. I remember watching that as a child and loving it. And I think that today's children probably wouldn't love it. You're not a child, you're an adult, Daniel. Yeah. Some Daniel, we can't say that one either. Goodness. So Bob Ross is great, but he's slow, but he does paint pretty pictures. But who else is slow but great for children is Mr. Rogers. That's a good question. What does he do? I'm not entirely sure. He takes his shoes off and puts on a cardigan. He also tells children that they're special and that all of them are unique and good, which I agree with. Daniel, you need to stop rapping right now. Okay, that's enough. And then lastly, public television for children, like the lottery winnings. I think that's a good one. Good education for children. No. Oh, geez, why don't you interrupt me some more? Oh, man. Daniel, that was a useless story. Number 8 is chicken and waffles. This is a unique combination. Definitely bone in, for the Daniel, why did you ask the question if it should be bone in or bone out if you're not willing to know the answer? You can't make a decision whether it should be bone in or bone out if you've never had the sandwich, which I know for a fact you have not because you told me that earlier. So shut your face hole. Okay? Chicken and waffles, bone in, bone out if you're, a lazy bum, I guess. A lazy bone, and then, chicken and waffles. The mixture is amazing. Stop retching into the microphone, please, Daniel. Oh, this podcast is supposed to be short, Daniel. Could you quit interrupting? Gosh. Oh, if you've not had that combination, I highly suggest it. It's a thing you don't want to miss. Nobody cares about the chips, Daniel. Nobody cares. Gosh, it's not the real thing. It's just chicken and waffles. Gosh, Zip Zoppity. Wow. Number 7, this is a common misconception, is that you should wash your blue jeans. It's not true. You should not wash blue jeans. Yeah. So once our hearts were linked about not washing blue jeans, me and Daniel became much, much better friends together. It was pretty extraordinary. One time Daniel wore my blue jeans. Isn't that right? That's going on Patreon. That's crazy, Daniel, to think that. Let's keep going. Number 6. Oh, and you're right, Daniel. I never explained why you shouldn't wash your blue jeans. So the fibers in blue jeans are not meant to take the heat and the water and just all the things that are associated with washing blue jeans in a washing machine. And once you do that, it starts to fade. It ruins the blue jean. You start to get holes, and you start to look not as good. Side effect is you may smell bad. You may smell bad, but only people that sit next to you closely will notice. Yeah. So, like, yeah, Daniel, I think that we can't really talk about crotch sniffing in this podcast. I don't know if that's appropriate, but yes, in fact, if someone were to come up and sniff your crotch like a dog does, they probably wouldn't smell very pleasant. But dog, I don't know what's going on in a dog's mind to think that that's a good idea. After this conversation, I think that we really need to go to number 6, which is Christian summer camp. Which Daniel has a lot of stories, but we don't care to listen to those. So we're going to, Daniel, we don't want to cross promote too much and just, all right, fine. I'll say it, Daniel. Wingspreadproductions.com. Nope. Wingspread Productions on YouTube. Search for that. There's a Christian summer camp video that, some of us did. Nobody cares about that, Daniel. Gosh. Okay. So you may be asking why specifically a Christian summer camp? The answer is because, you want to get that emotional high, y'all. You want to get that feeling that you can only get at a Christian summer camp and you can't get nowhere else. Mostly like the Christian high you get of jumping off the blob, and the Christian high you get of playing soccer, and the Christian high you get on zip lines. And yeah, when you're editing that camp video, yeah, just those 2 small clips of you worshiping in the building was probably worth it. Yeah. So there's the other things like singing and doing devotions, but nobody really cares about that. Really, what you're there for is for the zip line at a Christian summer camp. Yeah, and you feel better at the end. You don't feel like such a jerk, and God loves you more as soon as you go to Christian summer camp. That's how it works. It's like a cool little, you give Christian church summer camp money, and then God loves you more. It's a cool little exchange. Yeah, I probably can't say that on the podcast, Daniel. I'm probably gonna cut you out there. That's a little Christian racist, and I don't think that's appropriate. So we're gonna move right along and go to maniacal laugh, Daniel. Okay, number 5, Patreon. Hey, you know what it is. We know what it is. Let's start that music, Kathy. Now. So beautiful. She did start it as soon as I said Patreon. Why did she start so early? Kathy, you're fired, maybe. As long as we can find somebody to do this for free still. Thanks, Aunt Kathy. So Patreon, you know the things. You can give us money, and in return we give you things. Sort of like Christian summer camp, I guess. That was all tongue-in-cheek, by the way. I do appreciate Christian summer camp sometimes. It's good to get that off my chest. So Patreon is a platform in which, like I said, you give us money, we give you something back. The thing that you give us is like $5 or $10. For $5, you get what do we get them, Daniel? Yeah, behind the scenes footage, and you're our best friend. That's right. Thank you, Daniel. And for $10, I think you need to remind me again. Oh, yes, the exact same thing, plus a yearly gift of some sort. Corey got something magical, and you won't know what it is until you get it. Daniel's, you need to not keep bringing up the $15 prize, because that doesn't exist on the website, and they just can't do that. So you need to shut up. Wow. So that's Daniel's always trying to ice skate uphill like those other kids. I think we should move on. Yeah. Okay. Number 4, Thanks, Kathy. You can stop now. Kathy. Okay. All right. Thank you. Here we go. Number 4, getting high. Oh, up on a mountain. Not talking about getting high drugs. Wow, Daniel, I know I got you, Daniel. Oh man. Oh, Daniel, you need to stop doing that voice. Daniel, you can stop laughing. I know that was hilarious. Oh man, I know. That was a really good laugh. So, someday we'll relive this. Okay. Yeah. So number 3, going to Disney World as an adult. Many people think going to Disney World is for children. It's not for children. It's for big old adults. Not little big adults. You can start going after age 13, Daniel. Before age 13, Disney World's a waste of your time because, you will remember it, Daniel, but you won't really understand how much work and money it is to go to Disney World. Yeah, you're right. 13-year-olds maybe is a little too young. Maybe at least, how about you're an adult when you get a job? And you start paying for stuff. You're not just like you're working at the movie theater and your parents pay for your gas still. No, like, yeah, you're working at least 80 hours a week, like you said. Benefits. You don't need your parents taking care of you. Yeah, at least 6 digits a year, and then you can go to Disney World as an adult. That's how it works. Right. Anyone below that level, you're not an adult and you're not going to Disney World. Not something you should do. Yeah, if we were to make 6 digits a year, we would make podcasting our main job, but also we wouldn't, I guess, I don't know, we wouldn't have that job if it's kind of like a conundrum somehow. Yeah, the computer's fine, Daniel. Daniel, I understand that the computer is fuzzy looking. Don't worry about it. You hit Control-Shift-Eject on the keyboard. No, it won't stop it from recording. Okay, are you doing that now? And then you press Enter or the arrow keys. So hit the arrow keys. Yep. See, it's fine. Is it still recording? Yep. Just like I said. Yep. How about next time you don't? I could have done it because I'm sitting right next to you, but sometimes you just got to talk it out. It's better to train. You need to stop saying ice skating uphill, Daniel. Number 2. This one's pretty. Nobody cares about the best food at Disney World, Daniel. Number 2 is probably one of the most important things in your life that you can learn, and this is. I didn't learn it from you, Daniel. I already knew this because it's pretty natural to know this. Daniel, shut up. Pre-shower poop instead of post-shower poop. Wow. So you may be saying, why? Why is that important? Who cares? Have you ever thought about how poopy your butt is after a poop? Probably because you use toilet paper, unless you're an animal. You animal. Or you've run out, in which case you use tissue paper and you feel like an animal, albeit a very, very rich animal, I suppose. So your pre-shower poop, you can get all poopy, and then you hop right into the shower and your butthole's clean. Isn't that great? And instead of a post, and then your butthole's all clean, and then you got to go poop, and then you got to wipe with a dirty old toilet paper rag. Who wants that? The lady, I'm sorry, lady from Reddit that said she wanted a podcast to listen to with her son. This is probably a little much. I do apologize. Keep staying with us. We're trying our best. Last week maybe was borderline racist. This week's poop jokes. We're trying our best. You can only do so much. So Daniel, you think we should do number 1? Okay, honorable mentions. I think we're just going to skip those, Daniel. I don't care. Okay, one honorable mention. I'll give you one honorable mention. Just tell it to me. I can't. I'm not going to say that over. I can't say that. We just talked about the lady on Reddit that was looking for a show with her son. We can't dare to speak of that. Okay, fine, I'll say it. Dipping your pizza in ranch. I get it. Okay? Sounds great, tastes great, but people are listening to this and are throwing up everywhere. And now that lady definitely stopped recording. We should have stopped recording. Okay. Number one is having your brother-in-law just always there by your side, always recording podcasts, always doing the right thing, being by your side, smelling good next to you, giving you funny things to say, things to play off of during a podcast, being there when things are hard, money's tight, you give me money, when you are loaded from Best Buy, Daniel, and just you take care of my dog when I need you to, Daniel, I think that you are just the best that there is, the best brother-in-law who's ever been. Oh my. Yeah, Daniel, just don't you ever speak poorly of Whoopi again.